Joe Burrow and the Washington football team taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Washington. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
They run again with Dillon.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
The tackle made.
Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it. Here's Dillon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Open man is Komet, the tight end. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Burrow now off the bootleg. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an out.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A.J. Dillon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
We're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. This will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
45-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. And it's
from the gun on 3rd down. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short.
Sam Cook.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
At their own 23-yard.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Dillon. And the ball is loose. Dillon lost it. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
The ball carrier.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Marlon.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Burrow's pass.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 1st down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it with Dillon. And he's got enough for the 1st across midfield to the 48. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, Swift. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. They're looking at 3rd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for Cole.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this 1st half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, If you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
The Ravens take
that is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
taken down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And they'll hit him for a loss. As he's back to his 2-yard line.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
So here is Washington now to take over. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They give to Dillon out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will.
Joe Burrow. That's good for a Washington.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Dillon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 22. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Burrow on play action. Flushed out right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now it's Dillon. And they'll get him down right about the 20. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
11-yard line.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football? And there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And now they will throw it with Burrow.
And that'll be complete to Dillon.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Complete to
Call it a gain of 3. And that'll lead here to a third down.
brings up 3rd.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Justin Jefferson.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Gain on the play. And it's
On third down, Jackson.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Logan Wilson.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
at their own.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
He was looking for Trent Taylor there, but it'll be second down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the deep.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This is taken at the 15. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Brings up
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Got an open man. It's Ruggs.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
for a Washington.
First down. Here's Burrow.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts.
Washington.
As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
7-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there.
And now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Henry Ruggs. Incomplete.
So 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we come upon halftime with our score. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Up come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Caleb Chason
has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. There's Jackson on 3rd and long.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Logan Wilson
has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Cole Kmet, the intended receiver.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run now with Dillon. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens 29. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well. because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
The 26-yard line.
On first down, Dillon. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
12 yards there and a first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Second and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on second and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Josiah DeGuara.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
On the return, it's Taylor.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On the pickup.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
35-yard line.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Logan Wilson
in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Logan Wilson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Sam Cook now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's going to go down again. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? Right. It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Forced out to his left. He's got it. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they don't get anything out of that completion. I guess when you roll out of the pocket like he did there to the left, if you're going to throw it, you better gain some yardage.
Can you just hear the old school coaches right now? You threw it for no yards. They don't want the ball in the air unless something positive is going to happen downfield. In that case, they'd rather have the quarterback try and run it himself. Just take care of the ball. If nothing else, just slide and get down.
So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow. Talk about he's trying to escape. He won't. He's taken down. Ingram taken down to the end zone. It's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. That's taken on the 25. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
The drive starts with a carry by Dillon.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
They run once more with Dillon.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a carry for Dillon. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Washington on 3rd down.
They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. He'll fight his tight end here, Asiasi.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal.
At the Ravens' 9-yard line.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
It's a loss of 4.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A 32-yard attempt.
They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Ravens are going to get the football back.
Well, I like the chutzpah there, right? They decided to go ahead and fake it and try and pick up a first down. But how about how they executed defensively and smothered that one? I know back from my time frame.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Logan Wilson, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Jackson's pass.
Chris Conley, 95 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0.
Conversion is successful.
You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And he's got the hook up to Ruggs.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 27 yards there. A first down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. And he was able to run free after the catch.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon, they'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
A.J. Dillon.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. On the return, it's Taylor.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want it.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Logan Wilson
in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Intended for Chris Conley.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Washington, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.